The recent Rusape bus accident claimed 50 lives and injured several others. It is at this point in time where we are trying to draw awareness around safety on our roads. Welcome to Classic263. My name is Monica Chanda, and I have the pleasure of speaking to the spokesperson of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, Mr. Tatenda Chinoda. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Monica, and thank you to our listeners and viewers.
I want to talk about the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. Briefly tell us your mandate as the regulators.
Traffic Safety Council exists by or through an act of parliament, and the mission or mandate is to promote road traffic safety through safety education, training, research, publicity in cooperation with other stakeholders. So we are preachers of road safety.
The recent Rusape bus accident. I just want us to talk about that. Maybe if you can take us the event, what took place, what caused that accident before we get to understand some of the factors that are driving road carnage on our roads.
Thank you so much, Monica. According to eyewitnesses, there were four drivers involved. And from a road safety perspective, our motto is safety first, there is no second chance. Now we have a situation of the smart express bus driver. Not too sure about his age. I'm keen on that setup to really establish the full facts of what happened. He's trying to overtake this heavy vehicle. And there is also a Toyota Wish along the way. And these are three drivers now. And it is on an illegal stretch of the road to be doing that overtaking maneuver. And all of a sudden, a bolt cut shows up. Bolt cut are in the right, that is their lane, because we drive on the what? We drive on the left. Now it's a curve. And then the speed by the smart express bus and the bolt cut could not give them any chance to do otherwise. Then they had that terrible, that horrendous head-on collision. Now these four were supposed to be responsible enough to avoid this particular crash. How? The driver of the vehicle that was being overtaken was supposed to have slowed down to allow space for this negligent driver to pass. Now, the moment we say, you shall find the consequences of your negligence, then it has resulted in loss of these other lives. The driver of the broadcast in defensive driving, you stay ahead of the situation. You look far ahead in the background, the middle ground, and the foreground. This is what we train drivers to do, to be able to drive to prevent crashes in spite of the incorrect actions of others or the presence of adverse driving conditions. So the broadcast driver is equal to blame. We want every one of us to have collective consciousness of the responsibility, which goes beyond who is to blame, but what could have been done to avoid the loss of innocent 50 lives and the loss of limbs and the loss of property.
With that said, the issue of defensive driving, let's talk about that. Where are we losing it as a nation, especially when it comes to drivers of public service vehicles and the general motorists on our roads?
The road safety matrix has got 6 E's, and the defensive driving aspect is just one E. If I may run you through the E's, because we want a holistic approach, multi-sectorial approach, which is going to heal this situation. This won't about the wanton loss of lives on our roads. The first E is engineering. And that road is the most navigable in the nation today, if not in the region. Done. There's education about how to be using the road as a pedestrian, as a passenger, as a driver, as whoever you can be. Then there is the issues to do with enforcement. We must know that human behavior is complex. Some people are just negligent. They are just reckless. We have the stick and carrot approach. We must not have more of the carrot. It is supposed to be more of the stick now in terms of changing behaviors of some of our road users who in this respect are the drivers. Then we've got the emergence, the evaluation, and everyone. When such crashes happen, passengers are also equally to blame. Now they are mourning over things that could have been from a hospital bed when limbs are decapitated, and they start telling us that the drivers were speeding. How many passengers? They say more than 40 of them. How could they have avoided this? By uniting and demanding that the drivers slow down to save their lives.
But you're speaking of the passengers also being part of,
The
of the
matrix.
matrix here. In the event that a passenger is in a moving vehicle, how is it you are expecting a passenger to take that responsible approach to ensure that their safety comes first, especially when the driver is at the helm of that wheel?
I should not think that the driver of this particular bus is driving continuously without stopping. We have a toll gate where they stop. There are Zimbabwe Republic Police people there. We also have on our media platforms our numbers to say we are at Marondera or we are at Rusape. Please help us help ourselves in this particular bus. We are all over. Navigate our website. The number is there for people to use, and we monitor that 24 hours. And then we relate it to the Zimbabwe Republic Police. Could it have been Rusape or the nearest point? We are trying to move with the times. Technology is there. Everyone on the bus could have been on WhatsApp when they received their injuries and death.
But when it comes to enforcement and regulation of traffic on our roads, are we well equipped? Is the Traffic Safety Council well equipped? Do you have the mechanisms to ensure that we don't experience these fatalities on our roads?
Traffic Safety Council primarily does not do enforcement. But what are we doing? We are lobbying. We even issued that statement that there is the State of Instrument 129 of 2015, Section 64, subsection 2, which speaks to having every public service carrying vehicle installed with a speed governor. Period. This is mechanical. This is digital. This is the science of technology. Every bus tomorrow is a hanging fruit. Every bus won't proceed, won't drive beyond 80. That is another way of enforcement because you and me cannot be trusted at the wheel.
And this enforcement, Mr. Chinoda, does the issue of age also come into question?
The issue of age is critical. Remember, I said earlier when we started the interview, I'm keen on the age of the Smart Express driver to just establish whether due diligence in recruitment and employment of the same. Because you hear today the operator, the owner, blaming the driver. But who recruited the driver? So due diligence has to be exercised because safety must come first. And we have a strategy of total traffic safety. It is in 3 phases. The first phase is the most critical for every one of us. We don't want these crashes to happen. It is the pre-crash phase where you and me are not, the momentum, the mood, that grips the media fraternity, the government, and everyone. It's only because we are shedding tears. We must shed these tears before there is no body broken, no soul lost, no injured. Shedding tears means we operate from the horizon of safe and safe. When there is no single death, what is it that you and me can run around and do to prevent it? The proactive approach. We are all reactive. It's all wrong. We want to say, when there are no crashes, we cannot be, for example, on television because there has been a crash. Every day of our lives, every morning, why don't we just say we have to be prepared for this particular eventuality by stopping the crashes from happening?
But in the issue of some of these accidents, in as much as people have raised the issue of these public service vehicles on the highway, I also want to bring you to the question of some of these pirate taxis, the so-called Shika Shika. Traffic Safety Council Zimbabwe.
On Thursday,
are you playing your part in light of these vehicles?
On Thursday, I actually I'm an author of articles, and I have written 3-4 articles against Shika Shika and suggested the solution to that. We hope that in this second Republic of Zimbabwe, where it is not business as usual, everyone revolving around the 6 E's will have to do their part. Mushika Shika is illegal. Period. Number 1. We cannot sanitize Mushika Shika or deodorize Mushika Shika. On Thursday, we are going to record on Maisam to blacklist Mushika Shika, targeting passengers. You know you might not impound the vehicles, but you need to impound the attitude of the would-be passenger to say, you have, when you go shopping, Monique, You have got your shopping list. You are very conscious. You are very active about what is it that you're going to buy. Is it the sofa? Is it the car? People don't decide on what they're going to buy. They don't see road safety as a product which they must decide whilst at home to say which mode of transport are our children going to use from school. What are we going to be using? At what speed are we going to be traveling? What is the service record of the vehicle, the family vehicle, the church vehicle? So we want to push people to take responsibility, greater responsibility. This does not require foreign currency. It requires just a sharpening and polishing of our attitudes. Every one of us. You see, so we are going to blacklist Mishika Shika because it is illegal. That we are going to do. Especially Toyota Wish. We will then say it's a repent or perish gospel. The onus is on the consumers of road safety to be or not to be. So, but we tell them, we do our part. We must generate pervasive collective consciousness around what is good, what is not good, the do's, the don'ts, and everything. That we must be relentless. But we cannot afford to actually avoid naming and shaming those who are reckless. But we also, the bigger picture is, we want the Road Traffic Safety Council to be transformed into an authority. You know what it means? Like Emma, like Zimra. We not an authority. So we are limited in the extent to which we would want to monitor even your studio, Classic263. What is your road safety policy? Can we inspect? We have certain standards which are required. Because road safety, you cannot continue to preach. You must demand.
And that demand, before we round off this interview, can you also tell us, in terms of the modalities in establishing the Road Accident Victims Compensation Fund, where are you at this point?
What I know is, as a lead road safety agent, we have done, or we are done with the consultations from the public to garner their views on how they want that set up, who's going to be administering that particular fund, the secretariat. You know, when they talk about funds, there is invested interest from the four corners of the economic setup of our nation. Under which ministry are we going to domicile this particular setup? We did everything, and everything was submitted to Parliament through our minister. So we want to urge the parliamentarians who we elected recently to be swift on making sure that they process that particular bill.
Are you also pushing for stiffer penalties through your
Actually, today at the ministry, there is a meeting to say we are not deterrent enough in terms of the penalties or for the offences that our negligent road users commit. For example, you cannot have someone running through a red robot and then paying $20. That's insignificant. In Uganda, for example, yes, in Uganda, if it's about overloading, the extra passengers will have to pay a fine to the state. To the driver and the passenger have got to pay. And most of the serious road traffic offenses do not attract a penalty in terms of fine, but custodial sentence. You know, you and me, if you know that there is no option of a fine, then we are getting there. And you should not cry. And the listeners and viewers should not cry. When we say rape is going to attract 10 years, and you are mourning, why? You want to rape someone? So we cannot mourn.
And as responsible citizens.
That is responsible citizenry. If we don't do this, then we are shooting ourselves in the foot.
Finally, this is the festive season. As the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, your message to the citizens of Zimbabwe as they embark on their various journeys on the different roads of Zimbabwe.
Thank you so much, Monique and Classic263. The generality of our populace who are going to be using the roads, and those who are going to come from the diaspora, they are your relatives, they are your friends, they are coming for the festive season and the festivities. There is the festive euphoria, which blinds you from scheduling your trips. Please travel during the day. Daytime driving is twice as safer as is night driving. Also, speeding. Excessive and inappropriate speed has been shown by our research that it is the critical contributor of road fatalities. Please advise others at family, church level, and workplace level. This is our message. Safety first. There is no second chance.
And on that note, one life lost is one life too many. Mr. Tatenda Chinoda, from the Traffic Safety Council Zimbabwe, the spokesperson of TSCZ. Thank you for joining us on Classic 263.
Thank you, Monique, and I don't want you to lose any of your limbs and your life on our roads and the loved ones.
And we don't want you to lose your limbs or your lives either. The name is Monica Chanda. This is Classic 263. You can catch these conversations on our YouTube channel or on our Twitter at Classic 263, our Facebook page at Classic 263. Until next time, drive to stay alive.